hold up. Wait a minute. What's going on here? I bet you're kind of wondering that, considering that we were supposed to do our premiere 1 week from today. Well, this episode that we're doing right now is just a quickie little episode with me and the host KZ in order to kind of give you an idea of what changes are coming up. And now we got KZ on. So, yes. So, don't know if anyone's going to join in live on this because this is an unannounced little thing. I know some people are getting some notifications right now. But mostly this is for people to be able to jump in a little bit ahead of time and let them know that there have been some changes coming down the line here. And that we are premiering 1 week from today. Actually, right about now. So one of the big changes, in order to try to get KZ in this a little bit more, is that KZ is going to be the one reading the chat more and asking the questions, while I go ahead and still pay attention to whatever, everything I do. The conversation
That's
going.
it.
That's one change. The other change is our episode length. We're going to aim for an hour to an hour and a half, although we can go up to 3 hours now. Thanks to listener donations, we are fully funded for a year at longer episode lengths. How do you think about that, KZ?
That sounds like a good plan to me because, there was a few that we were running a little short on.
Yeah, I mean, some of those, we just barely got through the backstory and we ran out of time.
Exactly.
And I discussed, KZ and I would be off and on discussing what's coming down the line for, this whole time. This isn't, new to him. So, yeah. You're going to be seeing some links on the Facebook page and on the Sprecher page for donations. They're not mandatory. They're not going to be required. If you like what you hear and you want to support what we're doing, by all means, let us know. You can tell us in the chat. You can send us a little bit of money. There are other things that we have planned. Like I was telling KZ about, there's a website that we want to get going.
Yep.
I already found the developer for the websites. They've already agreed to it. They're going to do it as a contractor, so they can do this and gain the experience for that, and put it on their resume. And we're going to have a forum area. So, after every episode, we're going to create a new part on the forum to continue discussions. There's going to be other off-topic stuff and whatnot. That way, the guests, if they want to continue the conversation as well, they could join in, and then you guys could continue asking questions, getting answers. All that good stuff. I also want to have an area for resources, so the books that Rachel recommended, maybe some products that get recommended. We can go ahead and start listing them on a resource page, so that way you don't have to go listening through the episodes again, though we appreciate it. That way you could go ahead and find the stuff and be able to check it out on your own. And maybe even leave some recommendations. The idea is that we want to make this a little bit more than just the podcast. We want to develop this into a community that goes beyond that. And what are you doing, KZ? There's a lot of noise back there.
I hate this mic. It's a little sensitive. I'm scrambling right now because we got family coming over tomorrow, and I am trying to multitask as best I can, doing this and doing that. And it's it's a fun scrambling, especially since I had about a couple hours overtime today.
Oh, nice. Well, for the family, let's go ahead and get some cheering in there.
Right.
I have a soundboard I barely use. I use it for the disclaimer, the intro, and the outro. I have other sounds I just don't use. But yeah, also we're going to work on getting KZ set up. So, last season I was able to be available for every episode, which was great. And KZ had to miss a few. And right now my kids are screaming bloody murder in the background. Yay. And, with this whole COVID scare that was going around and everything, it got us thinking that there's that chance that I could wind up getting sick or having a family emergency or whatever. So we're going to have to get KZ set up so he can run the show. That's something that we'll discuss, ourselves. But just so you know that if I'm not here, the show will still go on.
Yes, and I promise I will talk a bit more also.
Yeah, that was at the end of the season, Casey, you really started getting a lot more involved, and there's a few times there that you had, like with D, you two had that discussion about, his son Rowan having surgery and asking about, the chances of dying on the table. That you, of course, being able to relate with Rowan. And that conversation was just amazing. I don't know if you saw my fist pump while you guys were talking.
I did. That was good.
Yeah, because I'd been waiting for that kind of stuff to happen. I knew it was just a matter of time before something came up that you would be like, oh, yes, I get this. This is my domain.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so, just wanted to jump on. This isn't going to be very long. Just to let you guys know that there are changes coming along. Another one that was discussed, and I think that we're both pretty comfortable with doing, is that we are going to... the way that we're going to try to monetize, is I don't want to do advertisements over the air. Yes, I gave, shouts out to Rachel because, well, she was helping us build as we were building ourselves, and we helped her to build while she was building herself. And in the end, of course, she's a part of the show now. She's going to be a regular every season. She's agreed to it, which I'm grateful for. She really brings a lot to the table, I think. It allows for the show to go a slightly different direction, but it's still very relevant to the topic matter. And so we were looking at doing Venmo, PayPal, LibraPay, and probably also Patreon. And we're going to do it to a business type account. It's not going straight to me. It's not going straight to KZ. Right now, all money is just being reinvested into the show. Eventually, maybe we'll start getting paid, but right now it's just all reinvestment. But yeah, because of one of the requirements of Patreon is that you have to give something special to subscribers. The way I'm going to look at it is not just the subscribers to the Patreon, but also anyone that goes through LibraPay or Venmo or PayPal or however you help us out. Once a month, we're going to do a scheduled donors only episode where we're going to focus more about you and what you would like to see, what you would like to hear more of, what you would like to see changed. Help to build this, because this may be my brainchild, but this platform is yours. Thoughts, KZ?
Yeah, no. You pretty eloquently put that. I'm at a loss for words after that. But yeah, no, the input from our listeners in that, it definitely, it isn't going to do anything but help us grow. So anything that we can get from them to help with, how we're doing the show and that, it's going to be super appreciated. Pretty much everything. So
exactly. And obviously we're not going to veer from the core concept behind the show, which when I came up with it, it has two goals. One is to help to remove the stigma from mental health, seeking mental health, and the people that have mental health issues. And two, to help those out there that are suffering and struggling to realize that you're not alone. I know I've said it before in season 1. I know I've said it a few times on a few different places where I post during this month off. Your experiences may be unique to you. You may be the only person in human history to have ever experienced what you experienced. But your feelings, those are not unique.
Oh, yeah.
The emotions that you go through or don't have, it's not unique. And that's kind of the point, too. You're not alone.
No, not at all. Well, that whole episode where I jumped in with the surgery and that kind of tells that, and everybody else is bouts of depression, anxiety. I'm sure most everybody's gone through the gambit of emotions. So
oh yeah, and there's only so many emotions that one could feel. So obviously. You're not going to come up with some emotion that no one's ever felt. Maybe you do. That would be pretty amazing. And at that point, I would say go get yourself into a medical journal because holy shit.
Right.
But as far as it goes, there's only so many emotions that we feel, and it's very likely that we felt them all. From absolutely devastating loss and depression to homicidal rage. I'm sure everyone's felt that, and everything in between. Now, how you act upon it, that matters.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So yeah, just wanted to give everybody a quick little updates. Hope to see everybody in the chat next week. We are going live. And just to give you guys an idea, because the first episode and the second episode, it was just me and like one or two people in the chats, I'm going again, but this time, I'm opening up about my suicide attempt. And I'm not talking about one of my cry for helps. My legit, I was checking out, and it's a miracle I'm still here suicide attempt. Not gonna lie, I'm nervous. I really am. And KZ, I might lean on you a little bit on this one.
Hey, no worries. I'm there.
KZ, unfortunately, we didn't get a slot for him. By the time he finally responded, all the slots were taken. But as we learned in season 1, things happen. Schedules change. I'm sure someone's going to cancel on us, and we'll go ahead and stick KZ in for his second share. And we already have a waiting list, believe it or not, of people for season 3. Oh, wow. Not very many, but we have some people waiting. So, yeah, that's very awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to have some good stories to share. The people that are coming on, we're coming up with some more, new things, old themes, repeats. The vote was to bring one person back that we put up on Facebook from season 1. And that person is AJ, the one that was in that Christian cult. You guys voted for her. She's coming back. She already agreed. She's scheduled. She'll be in on the second half of the season.
Awesome. Yeah, because she was one of the ones where we barely touched the surface by the time we ran out of time.
Exactly. She's one of those ones that we probably could go the full 3 hours, and we probably won't even notice that it took 3 hours. We'll be like, wow, that was a good hour and a half. Oh, wait.
Right.
Because, that 45 minutes just flew.
Oh, yeah. It just chunked right on by.
So, yeah. I guess that's pretty much it. Unless there's anything you want to announce.
No. I think I'm pretty solid, actually. There's nothing... No plans that I have, at least, other than getting married in October.
Oh, congratulations. So it's actually happening now.
It's finally happening. The whole Rona thing and everything kind of messed it up, got our plans delayed. But October is it.
Yep, you were supposed to originally get married during season 1.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and it's kind of awesome that you decided to go ahead and get married right around the beginning of cold and flu season. So, second wave. You might get married in March.
Right. Yeah, we'll end up getting married on the same day just a year later.
Hey, stranger things have happened.
Right.
All right, so look forward to everybody being back. Looking forward to some lively chat. Looking forward to the new guests. Hopefully we get a bunch of new listeners. And let's just keep this baby rolling. And hopefully for the future we won't have to do such long breaks between seasons. Because I know it's only been a few weeks, but it really feels like it's been a lot longer.
So, yeah, it has. Yeah.
Yeah, and it almost feels like some of the momentum may have died. So I'm hoping that we can pick that back up again. I'm pretty sure we will. But there was a lot of back-end work that had to be done. Still finishing up the details on making this its own business, which is really important for me, and I'm sure for KZ as well.
Oh, yeah.
So we're working on that. And then, of course, the website thing. But, at that point, all the real heavy lifting's been done. And then we could just do scheduling and then fire off the next one. We got fully scheduled in 2 weeks. That's crazy.
Oh, wow. That's nuts.
Yeah, last time it took me 2 months to get it scheduled. This time it took 2 weeks. And next time we already have a wait list. And I think what we're going to do is that, because we have the 10 slots, I'm going to do my little update. We're going to get KZ for sure next time to do an update, although I'm sure he'll sneak in this time. We'll have a voter review for who to bring back. And I think KZ and I will also just hand pick someone as well, and then use the rest of the slots for new content. So, we would love to have everybody back, but let's be realistic. If we brought everybody back, it would just be a revolving door. And as cool as that can be, and as well as you can get to know everyone, it would leave out a lot of people that have stories that they want to share. And we don't want to restrict that.
Nope.
So yeah, that's our update. Only took about 15 minutes to do. So yeah, we will go ahead and catch you next week, 7 p.m. Pacific time. And for everybody else that's listening on like iHeartRadio and the other podcasts out there, I know there's about a 1 to 2 day delay. Hopefully you'll join us on Spreaker. Hopefully you'll go ahead and sign up for that free account. Follow our show, give it some love. Set up so you could get notified when we go live. So that way you'll get an alert as soon as we hit that play button. All right, catch you guys later.